We've all done it. You're on the phone with a friend, and she excitedly invites you to something next weekend. Caught up in the moment, you say, "Of course." And then the second you hang up, regret crashes over you like a wave. Suddenly your brain is building elaborate escape plans. Maybe I'll come down with a mysterious 24-hour flu, or could I fake car trouble? I know. I could say that the cat is sick. You've done that too? I thought so. Hi, and welcome to A Solo Person's Guide to ADHD. I'm Christine Dunning, Master Certified Life Coach, owner of Two Cats Coaching, and usually an attender of social events. Sometimes I think my cats are currently winning the Most Consistent Social Life Award in my house. Today, we're diving into the friction-filled world of making and actually keeping plans when you're solo and have ADHD. Because even when we want to see our friends, it can feel weirdly exhausting. Let's paint a familiar scene. You RSVP'd yes. The day arrives. You take a shower. You put on real pants. It's very post-pandemic of you. Bravo. And yet, you're still glued to the couch, staring at your phone, wondering why leaving the house feels like summiting Everest. I'll clue the clash here. Should I stay or should I go now? And yes, you're absolutely singing it in your own head now. You're welcome. This is where ADHD really shows off. Initiation paralysis. ADHD brains struggle to start things, even the fun things. There's a huge wall of activation energy between your couch and your car. Think American Ninja Warrior, but instead of swinging from ropes, you're just trying to put on your shoes and locate your keys. Which, by the way, if you listened a couple of podcasts ago, they are hanging on a hook in your kitchen. Or if you didn't or you ignored me, then they are never where you think they are. And when you're a solo person, there's no one there to push you out the door. No roommate calling, "Hey, we're late." No partner jingling the car keys. Just you and your inertia on a full-on Wild West stare down. Newton's first law says a body at rest stays at rest. And ADHD brains hear that and say, "Oh, finally, a law I like." Then there's time blindness. You think, "I've got plenty of time," until you realize you were supposed to leave 10 minutes ago, you're still in your pajamas, and your hair looks like you just got electrocuted. Or, if you're like me, you think you can beam yourself directly into the driver's seat, forgetting the shoes, the purse, the keys, feeding the cat, locking the door, unlocking the door, going back inside to grab your water bottle, and then still walking to the car itself. And let's not forget rejection sensitivity. Even if you're meeting a good friend, you might think, what if I say something weird? What if I bore everyone? What if? That combo platter of time stress and anxiety can make bailing on plans feel so much easier. Plus, when you live solo, no one's there to guilt you into following through. Except the cat. People love to label themselves, but sometimes with ADHD, those lines are a little blurry. Think about introverts. For an introvert, just thinking about plans drains their battery. You cancel to recover from doing nothing. Trust me, we've all had the "I'm just going to watch Netflix all weekend" coma, right? Now, some people with ADHD are extroverts. They might crave that connection, but then they overcommit to everything and end up being late, or maybe even just ghosting completely. Bonus points if you forgot you even made the plans because you didn't get it on your calendar, or you don't know where your calendar is. Ambiverts, that's me. Sometimes I'm the life of the party. And sometimes I need to hermit up with a blanket and an entire block of cheese. So, how about some strategies that actually work? Let's get practical because, yes, you can build a social life that respects your ADHD brain. First, try some low stakes, just friend dates. Things like walk and talk, get a little exercise, have a little conversation. Errand buddies, the groceries, if nothing else. It's low pressure and generally has a built-in time limit, so that's perfect. Also, if your friend flakes, hey, at least you made it to the grocery store. Another idea is the 15-minute rule. Get dressed, move towards the door. If you want to bail after 15 minutes, okay, but you probably won't. It's like going to the gym. If you put on your shoes and you stand by the treadmill, suddenly you're on it and sweating. Another thing is practice by finding friends who understand. There are other people like you who won't be offended by a last-minute cancel. Also, they're probably neurodivergent like you. Just make sure you offer them the same grace that sometimes you need. And then build a little structure into this. Try texting your friend, "I'm on my way," or "leaving in 30. That little bit of accountability bump can keep you moving. And then especially if your friend is also neurodivergent, they can text back and say, "Me too," even if they're still in their pajamas. Lastly, schedule some recharge time. Whether you need it before or after or both, that's okay. This is not an extra thing. For somebody who is neurodivergent and ADHD, it may be essential. Treat it like you're charging your phone battery. If you go out with a 3% battery, your phone's going to die. So treat yourself the same way. What's one social activity that feels low pressure and actually enjoyable for your ADHD brain? Email me that at Christine@2catscoaching or share it in the comments. Bonus points for cat pictures. I always love cat pictures. Here's the thing. You're not antisocial. You're not flaky. You have a neurodivergent brain that works differently. And that's okay. The goal isn't to be the life of the party. The goal is to build a social life that actually works for you. And if that means you go to the party and you sit in the corner with somebody and chat with them all evening, that's okay too. Connection matters. And so does compassion for yourself. And if your compassion comes with ice cream, stretchy pants, and a little bit more Netflix, even better. Freebie alert. Need some help deciding whether to RSVP yes or no? Grab my free social plan decision tree on my website. It's silly. Might even be practical. And maybe even save you from inventing the imaginary stomach bug. Next, we're switching gears to everyone's favorite ADHD subject, money. Yes, it'll be fun. Probably. Maybe. Please come back anyway. If this episode made you laugh, think, or feel seen, please subscribe and share it with another solo ADHDer. You're not as alone as you think. Do you have questions or topic ideas? Email me at Christine@2catscoaching.com. And while you're at my site, sign up for a free 30-minute coaching session. And please, rate and review. It really helps other ADHD folks find this podcast. A Solo Person's Guide to ADHD is written and performed by me, Christine Dunning of 2Cats Coaching. I also composed the music. Thanks for listening. I'll see you next time.